Today we're going to make a Tinkerbell lighted necklace in a lantern. Now there was a few happy mistakes, if you will. My original lantern, I'm going to put her down, was going to be this one. Typical lantern sold at the Dollarama or dollar store. It had a light at the bottom, which I loved. You might not be able to see it in this light. And I loved the classic look of the lantern of this. But when it came with these in here, and I just assumed it was a white sticker on a clear piece of plastic, but in actuality it was a clear sticker on a white piece of plastic. Wasn't a big deal, because seriously, I could just maybe put that down on a piece of plastic and line it out and cut it out 4 times and then put it back in. I actually have already had this started to be prepared to be painted gold. Again, because I like the classic look and the fact that it lit from the bottom. Lit from the bottom. But Tinkerbell's too big. So, happy mistake number 1. I removed her from this platform and tried to just stick her in the lantern, and it turns out she was still just a little too big. So I resituated her back on this little platform, and in doing so I had to cover up all of my hack marks. So I painted the leaf again, and then I put some green sparkles. So that actually worked out quite well because I really like the way that looks. So, sorry, happy mistake number 2. I had to go back to the dollar store because my original plan was to use this lantern, as I said, and they had great Tinkerbells in a clamshell package at the dollar store that were tiny, that would have fit in this perfectly. But unfortunately, I don't think they sell them anymore, so I had to go to this one, which was a Disney game for all of the game systems. I can't remember the name of it, but this is 2.0. This one was $10 at EB Games here in Canada. I think it might be a little cheaper in the US, and online it's only $6. But apparently she's getting harder to find. So, happy mistake number 2. I went back to the dollar store to try and find a lantern, and I found this great one. Now keep in mind this lantern was orange originally. I've painted it gold because I wanted to do a one take. So, this was an original lantern. It was orange, and here is the piece. And the reason why I saved this piece is I wanted to show you what I've done. So I take this off, I took out this plastic part, and I cut out all these little crosses, like these little hatches here, cross hatches. They were all over the lantern, so I cut them out on all 4 sides. Now, I looked for the thicker part of the lantern because I wanted to eliminate the thin, skinnier parts, because I didn't want it to really take away from Tinkerbell. So when she's in the lantern, you can see her clearly. So once I cut those pieces out, I spray painted it gold, and I also spray painted the top gold. Now this actually turned out to be quite a good lantern, because this square here, it's not solar powered, but it makes it come on when the light's off. The light will come on. Now, I got a little bit of gold spray on there, but it didn't affect the light. Now, as you can see, the light is on, and you're not going to see it. Oh wait, actually you can see it up here. So when the light hits it, the light goes off, but when my hand covers it, so it's like kind of represents dark, the light comes back on. So I like that about this, and I like that it's battery operated, so you can switch the battery out whenever you need be. So I kind of really liked this lantern at the start, but the weird part about this lantern was it never had a bottom. Yeah, I know, sorry, I glued it a couple times to try it first, and I yanked it off. But yeah, when I got it at the dollar store, it came like this. Never had a bottom. And then I was thinking, how am I going to, fix Tinkerbell in there? And then I realized I had a plastic jar about the exact same size. So I cut the bottom off of the plastic jar, and what I'm going to do is hot glue it, as you can see I've done it, to the bottom here to hold it. Now, I want to take a moment to mention that once I do that, you could actually, if you have a strong, firm hand, like a very steady hand, you can actually take a paintbrush and paint lines down here to make it continue the lantern, and then maybe just paint a rim around here to continue the lantern. Or you could actually get some wire or something that you can do along the bottom as well. Pretty easy fix to make it look complete. So what I'm going to do, I'm not sure if my glue gun's hot enough yet. I'm going to, hopefully, we'll see, run a bead of hot glue around here to hold it, and I'm not thinking it's working. Oh, there we go. Even if just for temporary. So we're going to run a bead of hot glue around here, and then we're going to situate my bottom part, which, like I said, is just a jar cut. Now this is just going to be a quick one. Once the video's done, I'm seriously going to do it a better, just so you guys get the feel for it. All right, so once that's done, we're going to either take the plastic out or you can leave the plastic in. This is strictly up to you at this point. Now I'm not going to glue Tinkerbell to the bottom of this because I might want to use her again in the video game. And also I'm on the fence about a few pieces more to this lantern, which I haven't 100% decided. But should you decide you want to make her 100% stuck in there, you just want to put a dollop of glue right where you're going to situate her. And then you're just going to pop her in. Now the good thing about this lantern in particular, I measured that bottom piece so that she just fits in the lantern, so that I really don't have to glue her in, and she will work just fine. I wonder if you can see, did I turn her on? Where's that light? I'm going to turn her on. It's not going to be great because of all the light around, but just so you kind of get an understanding of, she will light up. It's kind of cute. So can you imagine that around a neck of a child, or on a piece of branch, you know, like a stick, or a necklace, or even a hook, Captain Hook's hook. It's a great prop. But here's another thing that I'm kind of on the fence about. I'll take her out for a second. I found these great beads at the dollar store as well. Where are my white ones? This moment in time I can't find the white ones, but I found the purple and the green ones, and still can't find the white ones. So I have these great beads that I found from the Dollarama, which kind of reminds me of pixie dust. Oh, there they are. I would probably put these two colors in together, and all you're really wanting to do is just pour them in. Now listen, if this is a permanent thing, what you could do is use some white glue. And the reason why I suggest white glue along the bottom is because white glue, I've never known it to dry anything other than clear, unless you put so much in there. So you're just going to want to drizzle a bit in the bottom, pour those beads in there, let them set overnight so that when they dry they're completely clear. And then you want to either glue your Tinkerbell in, or like I said, I might not glue her in because I may want to use her again. And just put this lid on, and she should be done. So again, this would be a great prop. It's not too big, and it hangs perfectly. So this could hang around a neck, hang on a stick, could be a prop. You can carry it around even. She lights up. Let me see if I can get her to light up. Unfortunately, this light switch is a little further away. So let me just see if I can turn off the lights, so you can kind of get a feel for her. So this is what she looks like. Oh, sorry. And you can really see her. Like, you actually can see the doll. It's just the camera doesn't really pick it up. But yeah, so she'd light up. So would her little crystals on the bottom maybe. And it's just a really cute, quick decoration to put together for a child. And I think there's more than just Tinkerbell as a fairy, to be honest. I think there was a whole series on Tinkerbell. So you might be able to pick another fairy. And again, if you can find the smaller ones, that's fantastic, because then you can do the whole little one with the lantern on the bottom. Now, obviously with the lantern on the bottom, it would light upward, so it wouldn't shine down on the ground. I don't know if this one's even going to shine down on the ground because it doesn't seem like the light's strong enough, but at least it shines. So you will see it. You'll see a light hanging around the child while you're out for Halloween. It's a great prop. if you wanted to take a lantern like this and turn it into a glass bottom lantern, it's not a hard thing to do. You would have to just cut the bottom and then situate the right size plastic jar cup thing underneath there with some hot glue, and then you too can have one of those. The only thing is your light would have to be from the top if you wanted a glass bottom lantern. But again, I think it would be cute this way, especially like I said, if you were to cut out the plastic and replace the white plastic with clear plastic, or maybe you'll be lucky enough to find a clear plastic one. But the one main thing to look for is a light that has a battery that can be changed, so you can always switch out the battery. It's not a one-time use, and that's always super important to look for. I liked this one as well because it actually flickered, but again, I couldn't use it. I'm not giving up on this one though. What I'm going to do is see if I can locate a smaller Tinkerbell, and then I'll just put the clear plastic in here, and I will put the no beads obviously this time, but a Tinkerbell in there. I'll paint it gold and hang it around a necklace. Now it's pretty simple to use as a hanger. I don't have a visual unfortunately, but all you would do is like string the necklace through, and then you'd have a loop on this side. You poke this side through that loop, and then you would just pull it, like pull it straight up, and then you would have like a little knot here that holds it around your neck, which I think is so cute. Much like you would do an elastic, you know how you would sometimes put an elastic, you know, around something and then loop it through the other side. Pretty simple. This whole thing, she was the most expensive piece. I paid $10 for her here in Canada at EB Games. I know you can get her for $6 online at EB Games, but shipping to Canada would have been more anyways. And then this lantern here was only, I think, $2, and then I just cut off the pieces. The jar was free, and those gems were 3-pack for $1, I think. So relatively cheap. My lantern that I'm going to take to Disney World, which will be this one, is probably in and around $13 to $15, and it's only because Tinkerbell was so expensive. We also have in Canada and in Europe something called Kinder Eggs, and I know for a fact that Kinder Eggs have little tiny Tinkerbells in them periodically, so that would fit in here. You can also use any kind of fairy. You could even use a fake butterfly. I have little plastic butterflies that you could stick in there, you know, something really cute. But I really liked the Tinkerbell, and I thought it would be great for a Halloween prop, just to sort of bring light to the child as well. I'm gonna hang it, like I said, in our window at Halloween when we go to the Not So Scary Halloween party this year. So yeah, anyways, I'm just gonna put her back together one last time so you can see. And again, like I said, I don't have to glue mine in because I measured it so that she fits perfectly in there. And the only thing is she may move, but I don't think so. She's pretty solid in there. And yeah, so if you know anyone who may be going out as Hook or something Disney and would like a light up lamp just to carry around with them as a prop, I think this is a great one. So maybe you can just share it with them. And yeah, it's pretty simple. Anyways, thanks for watching.